From BVTV Studios on the campus of Buena Vista University in Storm Lake, Iowa, this is BVTV News.
Welcome to BVTV News. I am Amelia Jacobs. Today we're covering a few stories such as our fellow Beavers return to campus, our first home football game, some campus improvements, and more on today's edition of BVTV News. Buena Vista Beavers moved in or moved back into their residence halls and returned to classes and resumed all of the activities that they miss. There are many new faces on campus with a large class of incoming freshmen this year. On that note, the football team has grown exponentially since last year, which according to the 2024 roster, 30 freshmen have joined the roster this year. The Buena Vista Beavers played their first football game against the Benedictine Eagles on Saturday, September 7th. But despite a strong start and lead in the first quarter, the Beavers lost the game 7-34. The Beavers' next game is on Saturday, September 28th for the BVU homecoming game against Central College. This weekend was bubbly and happy at the Neon Foam Party in Central Campus on Saturday, September 7th. It was a fun event with music, dancing, and of course, foam. Neon sunglasses, glow sticks, and neon lights were all part of the chromatic festivities. The colorful foam waterfall blasted students with fluffy soap for 2 hours and gave students a chance to unwind and de-stress after the 2 weeks of classes. There was quite a bit of flooding in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa this past summer. Areas especially hit were Spencer, Rock Valley, and Sioux Center. But faculty, staff, and students impacted by the flooding are finally returning to normal as the school year begins after the wake of this devastating natural disaster. Over the summer, Smith Hall, one of the old academic buildings, was torn down to create green space in the middle of campus.
First, a look at Smith Hall, where construction workers began to knock down the building on July 8th. According to the city of Storm Lake, Smith Hall went up in the years 1925 to 1926. In that time, many departments have passed through Smith Hall, including, but not limited to, art, education, mass communication, and others. Vice President of Finance and Administration, Suzette Radke, explained the reasons behind the building's demolition.
Several years ago, we had thought about renovating. We actually had architects in. We had probably 9 different groups look at the building, see what we could do. We brought 2 finalists to campus, looked at it. We really thought we were going to do it. And then we realized that it was so much more work than what we needed. The decision was to take it down and for now make green space.
This new green space is a part of the master plan for BVU campus, as Radke noted.
Well, the master plan was done several years ago, of course, and eventually this was part of a green space. We wanted more green space, but also looking at where do we want all of our academic buildings kind of situated in one area. So a lot depends on what we decide to do in the next phase, and that's what the part of the strategic plan is, building community, and that's facility.
Even though some are sad that the historic building was torn down, the new green space will be open to make new memories. Along with Smith being demolished, the old mailboxes on the side of the mailroom were also replaced with a brand new system. Lauren McCoy is back with a trip to the forum to explain the new delivery adventure.
The old campus mailboxes located in the Stevens Forum mailroom also took their leave. BVU mailroom print specialist Dan Newcomb offered what's to come and the updates coming to the mailroom.
Come down here with your information, your ID code or whatever they give you, okay? And you punch that in, and wherever that mail is along this wall, that mailbox is going to pop open, right? So then you go grab your mail, shut the mailbox, and you're on your way, okay? What makes that great is now you can pick up your mail on the weekends. You can pick up your mail at 8 o'clock at night, 1:30 in the morning if you're actually out walking around the forum at that time.
Newcomb also discussed some of the reasons behind the mailroom's makeover.
Because the old mailboxes, as you know, was just obsolete. For one, you couldn't get parts for them. 2, you couldn't change the combos like you should be able to. 3, as you know, a lot of people couldn't even get into them. They couldn't figure out how to unlock them and stuff like that. The other thing is people wouldn't come down and check their mailboxes because they either didn't think they had a mailbox or whatever the case was in their mind.
The new system has the potential to be more efficient and effective, but new technology comes with its own challenges.
and we want to learn all the pains that's going to go through of learning them. Like I said, there's going to be growing pains on everybody's part on this, including mine.
For returning students, the mailroom may take some time to get used to, but the upgrade will make the process much easier for mail delivery. The Science Club hosted a liquid nitrogen ice cream social event on September 3rd, where students could come enjoy delicious ice cream chilled with liquid nitrogen. Lots of students participated in the fun, decorating their bowls with M&Ms, Oreos, chocolate sauce, and other toppings among the ice cream bar. President Lensmeyer's annual barbecue for first-year students was held last Wednesday, September 4th, at his home. Students were able to meet Lensmeyer and encouraged to not leave hungry with plenty of hot dogs, hamburgers, Oreo fluff, and more. In recent news from the TAC, BVU's online newspaper, Phoebe Feist wrote a feature piece on World War II aviator and former Buena Vista College student Daryl Lindsay. The story is a special to the TAC and reprinted with permission from the Storm Lake Times pilot. Feist, along with her parents, BVU history professors Dr. Dixie Bartholomew Feist and Dr. Bill Feist, is engaged in a long-term project that explores the contributions of former BVC students who served in the war. Within the article, Feist wrote about what a daredevil hero he was. An excerpt reads, "Daryl still knew his plane was doomed. He ordered the other 8 men aboard his plane to bail out while he kept it as steady as he could with a flaming engine and catastrophic structural damage." Lauren McCoy and Carter Sawyer wrote an opinion piece about college tips and tricks. They talked about things such as time management and getting involved. Freshmen and transfers can use this article to their advantage throughout the first semester. To learn more about these stories and more, visit bvtac.com. The Cobblestone, the ballroom diner that recently reopened in 2022, major renovations occurred over the summer, and the entire ballroom is now set to open in October.
With the summer wrapping up into the next school year, the Cobblestone is reopening the ballroom doors after over 30 years of a danceless dance floor. Built in 1929, the Cobblestone was a hub for music, dancing, and dining, with big-name bands and a big dance floor to match. After its closure in 1986, it remained vacant until 2022, when renovations on the building began. Co-owners Natalie Schumann and Jen Husted gave updates on what's going on this summer.
The biggest thing is probably like the floors, carpet. The wood floor has been finished, same original one, just sanded, stained, and sealed. All the barn doors are installed. We've got the bar finalized and finished in here, and
tables and chairs.
Yeah.
Got the accent of tables and chairs now and the linens on them.
Beyond the ballroom's grand new decor, students can look forward to events in the works.
You know, we've thrown around lots of different ideas to bring people in and kind of.
We talked about doing like trivia. We have an organization that's going to do like a bingo night.
The Cobblestone Ballroom is set to open October 5th with the Senders, a band that previously frequented the Cobblestone, being the big opening act.
So that'll be kind of our open house, grand opening, let people come in and see the ballroom and check things out.
Start making memories.
Mm-hmm.
Once the ballroom doors swing open in October, the Cobblestone will continue to build memories for years to come. This is Carter Sawyer reporting for BVTV News.
As the team at the Cobblestone works hard to restore the building, BVTV has been covering the entire process for the upcoming documentary set to release in 2026. That's all we have time for today on BVTV News. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.